Hey guys, me like Song1234 here, and welcome to how to install Multi-Theft Auto on the CD version of Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, or pirated version. You should buy the game on Steam or other services such as... This was happening in the other video too, god damn it. Or other things, if not a hammer. Okay, now I will tutorialize you instead of hammering it in. Now, the CD copy is pretty simple. Here's one I just found on eBay in 19 seconds. For a PC, can't have this on Mac, by the way, it's PC only. This is 30 bucks. I'm pretty sure you could find a cheaper one, but whatever. Then here's the pirated edition. I'm not gonna give you a link to either of these. A quick Google search for the pirated edition, or if you have the CD copy already, or whatever, but... then the crack, which is needed in sometimes, but not always, then the game itself. So, if you have the CD version, I'm just going to presume you have it installed already, or know how to install it. So after you install it, just wait for me. If you have the pirated edition, which I suggest you don't have, this doesn't have to be the exact one, you could just do whatever. God damn it, go away. After you have it in RAR form or ISO or whatever, mount it or extract it and install it. I am going to presume you know how to do that as well. And then, for mine, if I search GTA, this is the pirated version, but, I'll tab into... I have bought it via Steam. This is the proper of the Steamings. I have bought it with money. Recommend you do so, yada. If you're using that exact torrent or have it installed, you're gonna get this folder here, and I recommend that you put it somewhere. So open this with a RAR program. Again, this is for this torrent or whatever. Open it with a RAR program or an ISO or 7-zip, WinRAR, WinZip, whatever you want to do, and put it in. I suggest your local disk, being this one. If you're on Windows 7 or Vista, it should have a little Windows icon. It doesn't have to be a local disk, and it doesn't have to be C, it's just where it's installed. Quick way to check is a double click, and if you have program files or program files x86, well, you're set pretty much. Alright, so the first thing I want you to do is, if you have program files x86, open that. If you don't, just open normal program files. And I probably... well, I don't. So if you're using the torrented version, just drag this folder in there and drop it in. If you have the CD version, just wait a bit. It's already installed for you. So this is going to take a while. Well, not really, but it's going to take a little bit. So I'll meet you back when it is done. So it's about 90% right now, so I thought I'd come back. I was gonna make a bagel, but that would take too long. Yeah. Funny, aren't I? That was a joke. So, yeah, that. Again, well, not again, because this is a different video, but sorry for any background noise. The window's open, it's hot, this microphone's a bit crap, my graphics card is dying, and I live near an airfield. What a great combination, isn't it? So now that this is about to be done extracting, or, okay, it made a beep at me, or installing, or whatever you do with your existence. Now it's going to do this if you're copying it from an ISO or wherever. This should take about a minute or so. So I'm just going to go ahead and skip a bit while this works. Now this isn't necessary for some torrents and some CDs, but it's necessary for most of them. In this case, it isn't necessary, but I recommend you do it anyway. It helps run smoother, because this is version 1.1, and MTA requires version 1.0 English, or whatever language you have. Now, sometimes Multi-Theft Auto downloads the crack itself and installs it properly, like it did the first time when I did it, but most of the time it doesn't, so I'll provide a download link here, and I recommend you install it and download it with your web browser of choice. So now that that's done, I'll just wait. So then click the Multi-Theft Auto link in the description, or a quick Google search. By the way, if any of the links go down, wait a few minutes or so, try them again, then after that complain to me. Don't be like, the website has a 502 directory error. It's broken, you douche. No, give it a bit of time. This website's incredibly unstable. Right now, you may notice it says MTA-VC, which stands for Multi-Theft Auto Vice City. I'm pretty sure this is a URL error. I'll provide this in the description, but again, if it doesn't bring you to a page that looks like this or similar to this, tell me about it. Then a quick Google search for MTA-SA should bring this to you. Website's pretty cool. Play however you want. No, most servers have rules. You could find these on Steam, Twitter, Facebook, ModDB, which I hate, and YouTube. Everything's not cell shaded like this, by the way. These are just a few screenshots they chose to use from popular servers. That's just disturbing. Okay, that's pretty cool. Great. Now yeah, thanks, air conditioner. Just close my window, you douche. It's not reliable. It's not accurate. It doesn't have a good community at all. It's open source, so you can mod whatever the hell you want into it. Something like this happened with me. I did tell this story in the Steam version, except this was an armored van, and he had a bazooka, and this was a moped, and I had a pistol. Yeah, anyway, so you might notice something that looks a bit like a download button. I want you to click that, and it'll download the newest version. At the moment, it is 1.3.1. Yeah, as you could tell by numbers and words, but whatever version it is in your current space here, I don't know. By the way, this does need a somewhat okay computer to run on. I noticed if you crank all the graphics down, and you can run it on a PCI NVIDIA thing. I'll just push my computer back. Alright, so now that you have this, the extraction is done, or installation, or whatever, go to your GTA directory. Wait, oh wow. Bit of a small hard drive, 500 gig ATA drive with Windows 7. So go to your, that should not be there. Go to your local disk and go to either program files or program files x86. Again, if you don't have x86, just go to program files and try and wander around. Like, you might see Rockstar games, you might see Grand Theft Auto, whatever, but for this exact torrent, this says GTA San Andreas. Open this up. This has SAMP pre-installed, which I'll get into on another video. And I'm not sure if you need the crack for this. Well, I'm sure, but some of these do, some of these don't. I recommend you do it anyway. The only file you need to copy is this GTA_SA.exe. But I like to copy all of them. It makes me feel really special. So copy that, move and replace, just let it replace any files it wants to. Sorry for any video lag, my rendering's not going too good. So that part's done, and keep this open. Actually, I want you to copy the directory here for later on. Minimize that, or actually close it. And I want you to run the installer here. It'll ask you, is it okay to run this file that you just downloaded yourself? I want you to click run, and it'll open the setup wizard. Why is it called a wizard again? Yeah, I'm copy pasting my jokes. Go screw yourself. Click next. I agree. And I'm going to disable start menu group. But the only two I want you to disable, well, I want you to keep all of them enabled, but if you want to disable any of them, only disable the first two, or you're going to have a real bad time. Click next. It'll freeze for a second. Don't be scared now. This is the last use, which is if you uninstall it. This is the default. It'll pretty much detect the game, or custom. If it doesn't detect it through any of these, click custom, and then copy and paste your directory in there. If it doesn't do that, actually no, that's not what you do yet. Just select the directory that you want. For me, it's actually gonna be this, and I'll click next. Now this is what I'm talking about. It detects my Steam one, which you should totally buy. Hammer, hammer, hammer. But if you have XP or Vista, I told you to copy that and paste in the directory here, so you can that's the installation. That's where it installs the modifications to. But if it doesn't detect it through any of those, you could do the traditional browse and select it through there. But copy paste works. So click install. This will take a few seconds if you have a processor that's not horrible. Now, do not click finish. Well, do click finish, but don't run MTA when you're done. Click finish after that. And here's the issue that most people have. Well, first, that's a stupid name. 3D3 Overrider. I want you to close that, even if it's not added to the list. Just close that if you have it. If you don't, just ignore what I said and pretend that I said something about gumdrops, because gumdrops are delicious. I am not slow, it's just recording. So now that you're on your desktop, right click, and if you have AMD Vision Engine Control Center or ATI Vision Engine Control Center or NVIDIA Control Panel, go ahead and click that, and it'll load something up. Or if you have an Intel or Matrix, I'm just gonna call it Matrix because that's what I remember it as. Well, just Google this pretty much. Just if you have an NVIDIA card or an AMD card, because I have the AMD Center, but I actually have an ATI card, so this doesn't work for me. But VSync, the game has some VSync issues, not the game itself, but the multiplayer, because VSync was enabled by default, and people on the forums were like, oh my god, it's so horrible, it lags, and people were like, dude, just disable VSync. And it's like, oh, I don't know what that is, I'm gonna go jack off to Barney the dinosaur. So by popular demand, the idiots, well, I don't call them idiots, I call other people idiots, but the people that are quite nice and really good make the MTA possible, they just removed it altogether from the menu. It's not disabled by default, instead it's just completely gone, and you're sitting there like, oh, that's unfortunate. Well, I Smasher Nico will now go into the ini file and change it. Nope, remove from the ini file. The only way to do it is to open your NVIDIA AMD control panel. It doesn't work with ATI, I've stated this before. And if you have an AMD control panel, go to Gaming, 3D Application Settings, and just add Multi-Theft Auto and all the GTAs you can to this, and force VSync at the bottom here. Set it to always on. If you have NVIDIA, quick Google search or YouTube search will do that. Again, doesn't work for ATI or the other one. So there's no workaround at the moment, but they're working on one. They're working on a workaround. Also, if you play in windowed mode, you will get some strange VSync issues if you're not on an NVIDIA card, but who wants to do that? So last step, which is not necessary, which you could do, is just add it to your Steam library. I recommend doing this because I make these custom little things here that are nice for games that aren't on Steam. There's also other views. I don't like them for some reason though. So you get that, and then you click play, you run it, whatever, and it loads up. This is part 0 of how to install Multi-Theft Auto on the CD/torrent, buy the game on Steam, version. If you don't have either of these versions, God damn it, it's because I'm recording. If you don't have either of these versions, but instead own it on Steam, like a good little nun, or good little right-wing Republican, I am a douche nozzle. I made another tutorial. Also, like I said, don't support pirating. If you have the CD copy, that's fine. I can't provide links to the CD copy or torrent in the description. If you want to torrent it, I can't really suggest you Google it, but Google it. And if you have the CD copy, a quick eBay search or Amazon would point you in the right direction for buying it. If you already have it, good for you. That's pretty much how you do it. I'll meet you in part 1 of how to play Multi-Theft Auto CIT server, or let's explore Multi-Theft Auto CIT server, whichever one. One is dicking around and the other's a tutorial. Let's see if you can figure it out. Meet you guys there. Also, there should be a 1-day delay on the on the Let's Play Streets of Rage, because I'm feeling quite ill. I'm sorry if I'm not being funny or making you want to punch me in my little tiny face. I don't know. So, me like song 1, 2, 3, 4 out. See ya, folksies. The decorative vegetable!